What the heck is that? Take a guess. Is it for like a Lego build? No. Is it for some kind of cat scratcher? Nope. Is it a weapon? No. Well, kind of, I guess. Okay, then what is it? It's a PC case. That's a PC case. Yes, sir. Okay, explain. So this is the PC Creative Assembly Frame Test Bench, and it's from a brand called Egowz, E-G-O-W-Z, is I guess how you'd pronounce it, and it was just a random brand on Amazon, and I paid $65 USD for it and actually got really good reviews, so I decided to try it out and see how it works. And originally I was gonna film assembling the entire thing, but it took me about an hour and a half and there was a ton of small parts. And while I wouldn't say it was difficult, it was definitely time consuming and finicky with all of the parts that it comes with. So it does come with quite a bit. So here's all the pieces I still have, including screws, spacers, different standoffs, and a bunch of different things. A lot of L brackets needed to assemble this thing, but it does come with a bit set, which I thought was really cool. And then you can install the bits into the little screwdriver that they give you. And we've got a bunch of little L brackets to mount things like radiators to each side of the frame. And then it also comes with this ruler, because I have the ATX version, but there's a mini ATX, there's a micro ATX, there is a ATX and an eATX version. So I decided to go with ATX. I felt like that would work best for me. Then they give you this ruler so you can make sure all of your standoffs are proper. And then the whole frame basically works with the motherboard that you're using with it. And it doesn't come with instructions, but it does come with this sheet of paper. So here's the electronic tutorial, and there's a QR code, and probably at some point I'll throw up a screenshot of how the instructions look. It's pretty long and it's very thorough, and it was easy to go over, but at the same time, there's a lot to go through. So the instructions are pretty long. Then I thought this was funny. At the bottom, it says, "This case is really a test of hands-on ability and brain. It's like we played with building blocks when we were young." So I definitely have a feeling this was translated from a different language, but I thought that first sentence was absolutely hilarious. It's a test of hands-on ability and brain. So as far as the case itself, it comes in all pieces and you have to assemble it. So it comes with these two long pieces right here. So these two frames. So we got one right here, and then it comes with a bunch of short ones. So we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 to fully assemble these things. Then I've got all these standoffs lined up right now for an ATX board. So it's pretty much ready to go. It comes with a handle, which I'm pretty stoked for because when I'm not using it, I can just pick it up and move it where I want it to whenever I'm testing out new components. And then it's got all of these frames on each side of it. So you can mount pretty much whatever you want to this thing. So I could remove this, mount a radiator up here on each side of it, like back here if I wanted to. Basically anywhere on here, I can mount different things. So that's pretty cool. Then at the bottom, we've got a power and reset button. And if we take a look at these, you can see these two buttons go to 2-pin connectors for your power switch, and then also a reset switch. So those will go into the motherboard. We've got nice satisfying buttons, and I believe these are going to be LEDs. I'm not 100% sure, but I believe so. If we take a look at the back, we've got the bracket for our PSU. So I haven't fully positioned this. I might need to go more inward. I haven't fully figured that out yet. And then we've got this tab up here. So we've got 3 parts where we can secure a PSU to it. And obviously a PSU is going to sit vertically. So that's really interesting. And then here's our PCIe bracket. So it screws into the frame. And then obviously this side will be used for our GPU. And this isn't lined up either. This is most likely going to sit about right here, but we'll get that positioned once we have a GPU installed. And one cool thing is you can actually move this down here so you can vertically mount a GPU if you want. And then I don't have them installed yet, but there's actually little caps that go right here. So it looks a little bit better and you just don't have bare steel. So it looks pretty cool. Haven't built in it, but excited to see how this works out. And this will be my main little station for benchmarking. Let's build with this thing. This build is crazy looking. It definitely is crazy looking, but I honestly think it looks really cool. And most importantly, it is extremely functional. So let's just say I'm testing out a new GPU. I can easily go to the back here and then pop out this one thumb screw, take this GPU out, put in the new one I want to test, and then get right to testing. I don't have to worry about a case and the side panel and everything else that goes with it. It makes it super easy. And then I ended up ditching the top handle because I wanted to mount the radiator up top like this, mainly because I'm going to be testing a lot of AIOs, so I can easily show off how the pump head looks and then also how the fans look, as well as do all of my testing to see how good the AIO works. And without the handle, it's still extremely easy to transport because even with this thing fully loaded with parts, this thing's not really that heavy. So if I do want to transport it, I've got kind of this handheld over here, and then I've got one on the other side. So I just use two hands and I can easily transport this wherever I want, and then also put it away when I'm not using it. So that's really cool. And then taking a look at the back, I did some cable management, but I also wanted to make it easy to get cables out when I need to. The only ones that are really tied down are the CPU cables and the motherboard cable. I want to leave the GPU cables free because for this GPU, I'm using a 3x8 pin, but let's just say I want to swap this out for a 12 volt high power. I can easily do that. So we go to the back. I've got these three in front are for PCIe, so I can just remove those and then pop in the 12 volt high power cable and then easily test those kinds of GPUs, which is obviously NVIDIA. Then we've got a 9070 XT right here. And then building in this thing was honestly extremely easy. If I wasn't filming, this probably would have taken me 15 to 30 minutes max. Assembling the chassis was much more time consuming than actually building this thing. Although some things are pretty finicky, but it just takes a little bit of patience and not too bad. And everything went together super well. Everything fit absolutely perfect. All of my brackets for like the PSU ended up working extremely well. So that's awesome. And the radiator is held in with these two. So not the most secure, but it is definitely not going anywhere. There's a little bit of flex, but like this thing is in place. Obviously, I just can't go hammering around this chassis though, because I don't want to like bend the radiator or the brackets that hold them. So super cool looking, and I can't wait to test more with this. Then the buttons work perfectly. The left one is power and the right one is restart. Other than that, I mean, there's not much else to cover. Pretty straightforward. Looks really cool. can't wait to be able to test different components more efficiently. And I actually might pick up another one so I can do like AMD builds, Intel builds, you know, different CPUs like that. But really cool. What's going to be the first thing we benchmark with it? Well, this video was mainly to look at this chassis and assembling my bench test rig, but we do have the new Montech Hyperflow Silent 360 AIO. And as you can see, like I said earlier, we can get a clear view of how it looks, how the fans look. Then under a Cinebench R23 test, under about 30 minutes, we saw a max temperature of 76 degrees Celsius with a 7800X3D CPU. And if I want to test a different AIO, I can just easily swap this out and show it off and do all my tests. Same thing with GPUs. So this should greatly increase my efficiency for future videos and components. So make sure you're subscribed to see future content, like the video if you enjoyed it, comment what you think, and then I'll see y'all in the next video.